Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm your Occult leader, and we're here to do a review of the Home Chef Hustle Pack that recently came out. We're going to go through the cast, build buy, and then the gameplay. And all of this should be taken with a grain of salt. I love Sims. I play it a lot. It's like 500 hours already. Obviously, I don't have as much as most people that play it religiously. But I do have some experience with a decent amount of gameplay. I've played a number of packs. And we also need to remember that this is a stuff pack. It's not an expansion pack, it's a stuff pack. So comparing it to other stuff packs is an important thing. So as far as cast goes, which is our first category here, it's not bad. Like, some of this stuff, it fits in your everyday wear. Like, I probably wouldn't wear these pants because the texture's a little odd. They look like windbreakers. Like windbreaker material, and I don't really wear windbreaker material unless I'm wearing a windbreaker. But it does work for some. I like the clogs. The clogs are cool. I think he's wearing some base game socks. I'm sorry, that was rough. There's a new tattoo, which is pretty decent. It works for all chef sims. Like, most of this is like, if you have a sim who loves cooking, you're probably going to wear this pack. But if your sim is not doing stuff with cooking or directly this pack, you probably won't wear most of this. Like, this barely works with this pack. This is more along the lines of, I'd put it in, what was it, Dine Out. This is like a waiter or like a busboy outfit. This looks like scouts wear. Like, if you have a sim wearing this, you're either wearing this because it's normal everyday wear. Like, some of it even has like good swatches, plain swatches, or you're wearing like this because this is adorable. Well, the fish is not adorable. That fish is me. But like, look at this. Some of these are great. Honestly, the art style on this, delicious. But for the most part, some of this stuff isn't really, this is the only pants in the whole pack. This stuff isn't really your everyday wear. This stuff is specific for this. And as far as like, if you're buying a pack, you're wearing the stuff that comes with the pack. You're doing the stuff with the pack. But long term, am I going to use this? Probably not. This is pretty decent though. This works well, especially the fact that you can see the necklace. Like, that's insane. But for our purposes today, carry my pants back. Everyday wear, and I gave him some decent outfits. Yeah, I do have the throwback kit. I love that kit. But I also don't really mess around with casts very much. I'm not a big fan of casts because it stresses me out. There's just too much going on, and I don't know what looks good together. I'm not fashion-y. It's just how I am. What am I missing here? Oh. It's probably a bad time to say I don't play male sims very often. There we go. Yeah, so this is our sim today, Cohen Arredondo. They're cheerful, paranoid, and erratic. Because those traits don't really mess with this pack. So then, with build buy, I have built us a decent kitchen. I love the build buy for this. It is very versatile. It fits into pretty much any setting that you can think of. Like, every home is going to have a kitchen unless you're doing some wacky build challenge, like spinning to see what kind of room you're gonna do. So most of the stuff fits in really well, like if you're gonna have a really nice expensive kitchen, because this stuff costs a lot. I couldn't even finish this kitchen before I ran out of money. Thank you, Motherload Cheat. but I do like it. It's very cohesive. Most of the palettes match, so it all works together pretty cohesively. The only thing where the swatches don't match is these shelves, because these are the same swatch, which obviously they're not. This is all base game right here, except for the wall and floor, obviously, but it's very cute. But yeah, it all fits together pretty cohesively. A lot of people have been excited because so you can slot in the fridge under the cabinets. It fits perfectly. There's no clipping. It looks really seamless, and there's lights on all of these cabinets, and you can slot in the little vent hood above the stove. The clutter items are excellent. My favorite is this book, because I no longer have to click on the fridge if I want to do a garden salad, because for some reason the garden salad doesn't appear when you go to cook through the stove. It only appears in the fridge, and that's a little stressful for me and a little confusing because I can't memorize menus. But this cookbook is very handy. It tells you exactly everything. I love it. These adorable, absolutely perfect. They go excellent with the pizza oven, which excellent. Ignore the fact that the texture is broken. The pizza oven and the KitchenAid. It's good. I'm gonna call it a KitchenAid because that's how I remember it. I want one so bad. And the waffle iron, which is over here on its own because I couldn't fit it over there. I also gave them the new dishwasher, which I like because it looks so nice. It doesn't change the countertop in any way drastically. You can still see what counter it's attached to, and it looks seamless with the drawers, especially like in that corner cabinet. Chef's kiss. And oddly enough, this stuff goes well with the base game stuff. Like, you can't even tell that the microwave and coffee pot are base game. They fit in seamlessly. This sink is adorable. I want a sink like this. Let's see. I will say for the gameplay sims, I had them preparing stuff on the counter on top of the dishwasher, and it got dirty a lot more frequent than I am used to, which was a little odd. Oh yeah, and then these are the... What are they? They're not cabinets. Counters? They're the counters with the part that sticks out, so your Sims can also eat there. They look pretty nice. I can't really figure out how to build with them, so... We got a fire alarm because fires happen a lot more often with these appliances. And for some reason, the better part of the time, they are bugged. But they're all very nice, lovely looking. You can build very nice cohesive rooms. I've got this one all set up in nice all black because it looks clean. It looks good. But this does come in a wide range of pastel-y colors that fit pretty much everything else in game. There's nice blue tones, nice greens, but they all look really good. I love this floor tile because it's not like the blocky that we're used to. They're all kind of different sizes, not squares. And I love the little quilted background. It looks so kitschy, and it goes well with like all of the stuff. It's so cohesive. Oh, and this cabinet, fair warning, when you get rid of the walls, it also disappears because you can't put a cabinet under it. Yeah, so that's one issue I had. It made building a little bit of a pain, but it could have been a lot worse. But yeah, so build by overall, I'd say 9 out of 10. Cass is a good 7 out of 10 because some of it is very versatile, some of it is not. Oh yeah, then there's this. This is beautiful, excellent. 10 stars, you can see where everything gets set. You know that that's a shelf. And it just looks adorable. Like, I would sell stuff here. I'd buy stuff from here. And I love that there's a little cooler so you, like, that's where you're storing stuff. And there's a little table so that you can make stuff as well. Because if you don't full prep for this and have stuff that lasts for a decent amount of time, like the easiest thing to run was baking stuff, you will have to make more because of how well this does. But yeah, so as far as gameplay goes, it works really well with regular family gameplay. So the gameplay sim that because I played this for about 20 hours just to get a good feel for the pack so that I could tell you for sure whether or not it is a worthwhile pack. Because some of these packs start slow and you really have to build up. This is not one of those packs because you will build skill so fast. So I can show you here in build mode. I have no lot traits. Nothing special, nothing fancy. You already saw my sim doesn't have very much going for them. They have like the essence of flavor because I selected the aspiration for that trait. So they have essence of flavor. But does that really do much? Oh, you make higher quality. But it doesn't affect your skill gain. You will gain skill like crazy because you're building skill in here when you prep the ingredients. So if they make batter, go make batter. Which you can do other stuff. So I had my sim baking. Every time they had all the machines running and we were just waiting, she'd be baking cookies or baking cupcakes. Since you don't need the cupcake machine anymore, thank you, Sims team. Never messed around with cupcakes until this update. So I just have them come in here. Well, you can't bake cupcakes apparently. So as far as like that goes, you build the skill pretty decently because you're going to be doing a lot of cooking. And you can fit it in with regular family gameplay because you're already cooking. Like if you have if you have a setup so that one of your Sims is working a normal job because it's a good source of income, like it's decent, or if another Sim has something else going on, your Sims are always going to need to cook. It's good to have a Sim that is dedicated to cooking. You just have that Sim sit there and that is all they do. They will reach level 10 within a week of gameplay. It is super easy. It is super nice because they get cooking skill from this. Then they get cooking skill from this. And it's so good. And the waffles make multiple servings. So that's useful in family gameplay. You could just live on waffles. It's not hard. But yeah, so as far as skill gain goes, it's really nice. And if you set up your table with a number of things, so we're going to sit here and we're going to cook us some waffles. Oh yeah, it also lowers the price when you prep ingredients, but I'm not sure if it doesn't lower it that much. Well, no, that is cheaper a little bit. But like if you're doing the grocery stuff, then obviously it's going to be even cheaper because you'll have flour and sugar and all that stuff from your grocery orders. So it goes well with cottage living. Honestly, I don't even think there's anything that this wouldn't go well with because of the skills that you need for like the aspirations. So you're going to need gardening skill because unless you go out and just miraculously find like a trash plant or a death flower, you can't really complete everything without gardening. And you'll have to gain handiness because you have to upgrade your hand mixer or stand mixer. Sorry, I have a hand mixer. So you're going to have to upgrade your stand mixer to have at least one upgrade. You're going to have to make ambrosia, which requires the fishing skill. Unless you have Realm of Magic, I saw. You can go buy one sometimes. Here, we'll grab some lactose free as well. But you just drop everything into here. It works just like a normal fridge. I had no issues with it. The only issue I had was forgetting to run the sales. But yeah, so basically it raises your skills a lot. It's really good. and you are guaranteed sales when you run this. So every time I ran it, it took like a quarter of the time on the event for people to show up. But I was also in Oasis Springs, so they were spawning like really far away. Took them a minute to get here. So we'll see how it runs on this lot. But once people showed up and I had a sim tending this, I had no problem getting sales. Because they just buy stuff. They don't not buy stuff. They don't even walk away without buying stuff usually. You should be able to get every sim there to do it without even trying that hard. And if you're sitting there giving them sales pitch and asking them, like trying to convince them to buy stuff, they'll just buy all of your stuff. There's no downside. Yeah, so the pizza oven I noticed bursts into fire more often, but it is also meant to be an outside cooker. Like it's labeled as an outside thing that you can run inside. So maybe that was my issue, was I was running it inside and it didn't want to be inside. But they all break relatively fast, so you're guaranteed handiness skill. The only other things that I recommend is working on charisma, because it makes it easier to talk to sims. And you should definitely work on your cooking skill and gourmet skill alongside this, because you will need both to complete all of the aspirations. And you'll, like I already said, need handiness and gardening. Those are both pretty essential, but those are essential in normal gameplay, to be honest. Because gardening it unlocks tons of things for you to do. The easiest time I had with gardening was I had an outdoor trash, and every time I started a sale, for some reason, a sim will decide to kick my trash over and it gets trash everywhere. So what you do is you just leave the trash plant. Easy. The only issue being that it made my sims very uncomfortable to be around because they are smelly, which made gardening almost impossible. But it worked out. You'll gain handiness just by repairing all of this. The only thing that I didn't really like, as far as aspirations go, the biggest struggles were in the appliance one, was staying inspired long enough to collect 5 prepped ingredients, because I had to wait for it to be prepped, then I had to grab it, and I had to make sure that nothing happened to my sim between then and collecting it, because they would just lose their inspiration. I don't know why. I just kept having them take showers. It worked out pretty good. This one went super fast, because experiencing sped up cooking 5 times, you don't even have to cook. You could just start the cooking interaction and that's it. You can queue up the cooking interaction and it will count. And then collecting 3 prepped ingredients. If you're doing gardening, get carrots. Get carrots, cut them up. There you go. There's your 3 prepped ingredients with fresh ingredients. This was actually pretty easy, because by the time you make it to this one, you're already doing excellent quality pretty much every time. You just need a radio for that one, and then 6 unique prepped ingredients. I went through and I did one of everything in the prepped ingredients tab, and then I just went through until I had gotten it. It's not hard. You make half the waffles, use most of the ingredients, and then you just need to make like a pizza. Super easy. This is where it got a little complicated, because the pleasantly unpleasant waffles need the trash fruit, which I didn't know anything about. So if you're new to the game, you'll have to figure that out, which isn't that bad, because then you'll pick up on gardening. So it's a good like entrance sort of thing. Then you have to upgrade it, which isn't too bad. This one was a little hard because my sims kept canceling all their interactions. So I had to do this one. I had to do a social event twice, because you had to get the silver before doing it. But if you have them in there beforehand, when you go to collect the pizza or waffles, that counts. So you could just get pizzas ready, not pull them out of the oven. And then once you hit silver on your event, grab them out. And then you will have the batch cook. The batch cook reward trait, it not only duplicates some of your food that you make, when you cook with the prepped ingredients, it puts it in your inventory. So it's always important to remember that it's in your inventory, that way it doesn't spoil. So just anytime I made food, because I usually was making large amounts of food, I just would go into my Sims inventory and stick it in the fridge. That one was very easy to get. This one was not. So the first couple are pretty easy. So running a food sale from a residential lot, just run one at home. Selling excellent pizzas or waffles, if you start with the Appliance Whiz one, you're already going to be making excellent almost every single time. Like, I'm pretty sure the better part of the waffles I just made are excellent. So you will get this one almost immediately. Running food sales from 2 different lots, go to the park, go to the library. It summons the exact same group of Sims no matter where you start. And then convincing customers to buy something 5 times, that one takes a little while because that interaction has a cooldown. But I was able to run it 2 or 3 times in a sale. So it's not that hard to do. This is where it got a little bit complicated. So earning $500 was not hard. I think by the time I made it to this section, I was earning over $1,000 every sale. Because your sales just go up. Because your skill is going up. And so it makes it easier to do that, and you can mark it up. And by that point, you will have so many regular customers that will just buy stuff anyway that you can mark it all the way up. And they're going to buy it. And then tending a food stand for more than 6 hours, that one was really easy because you run a food stand for at least 3, I'm pretty sure. The selling a poor quality item is a little hard. Because it's hard to do a poor quality item once you get this far. Because your sim is going to be in such a good mood every time they cook. Especially if you're using prepped ingredients, because they get a moodlet from that. They get a moodlet from cooking. If you have music playing, they like the music. They have a moodlet from that. So it was hard for me to make a poor quality item. So I had my sim have a kid and had that kid make food. And then I was able to sell the food that my kid had already made. The kid ended up hating cooking, but it was worth it. So this is the only one I have not completed in my playthrough of this pack. So selling 1 meal for 300 is not hard. You can do it with waffles because the highest waffle, the saffron ones, already sell for a high amount. And then when you mark it up, you just convince someone to buy it. Super easy. Earning 10,000, it is not in one sale, it's over time. So that one that was the first one I crossed off. This one is where it's complicated. Resurrecting a ghost by selling ambrosia is tricky because you have to make the ambrosia. So you have to get your Sims fishing skill to level 3 at least. You have to find an angelfish. You have to get a death flower, which you can either do by grafting, or I had my sim get to level 10 gardening because that's one of the easiest skills to level all the way up. Because you just fill your lot with plants and then you're good. It's not hard. You can sit there and get, run, if you have seasons, run one of the gnome seasonal holidays. You can add them on to any holiday. And once you appease them, which there are guides for appeasing the gnomes, I always have to look. They will just leave seasonal seed packets all over your place. I ended up with over 100 seed packets. I planted all of them, and every time you plant one, that adds to your skill. It doesn't matter what season it's for. Once you hit level 10, you can buy rare seed packets. Rare seed packets will give you a random seed. And it could be a fruit tree, it could be any extremely rare seed. So it can be the ones that get you the plant sim stuff. It could be death flowers, obviously. It could be money trees. Just it gives you good stuff. And I got a large number of those, and I planted all of it. Then I had to move my death flower inside because it was winter. The next one, since you're going to be getting so many the satisfaction points while you're doing all of this, you don't really have to worry too much about getting the Potion of Youth, because as long as you aren't spending them, you'll have enough for a Potion of Youth, and then you can make the Ambrosia. Selling the Ambrosia, I don't think is going to be a problem, because I have a ghost show up at every sale. They show up towards the end every single time. And so it's not really that hard. You just got to convince them to buy it without someone else buying it, which I don't think is a super struggle. If you want to see someone do that, I believe Simsy did that when she did her Rags to Riches with this pack. Which is the only way I've seen it. I don't really resurrect ghosts very often. But I tend to give up on saves. Like this, probably never going to play in this save. This kitchen, on the other hand, love this kitchen. So let's see here. Yeah, so overall, I believe that this pack is pretty decent. We're gonna... Oh, what's going on with your... What's up with this? Oh, is it still cooking? Whoopsie. But yeah, so we'll get some stuff in here, and I'll get a sale going. That way you guys can see what a sale is like. So we should have 5 plates of waffles and a plate of brownies. We're going to come over here and start a food sale. So it will immediately start the event when you hop in. And you will automatically pull out everything from here, and it'll go to its normal spoilage. So I did really well with any baked goods. Whether that be cakes, cookies, cupcakes, the waffles. The pizzas sell pretty well, and they sell for a high amount, especially per slice. But so you can mark up the prices up to 300%, unless you have the reward trait from the Market Magnate one, then you can do 500% markup prices. But yeah, so we're just gonna give them some sales pitch. Come on over, my guy. Come buy something. I had celebrities showing up. I had all kinds of people showing up. It was just anyone who the game decided to load in, because it just picks people. It's kind of like if you load into certain lots, it always loads the same 10 people for some reason. I'm not sure why it only picks those 10 people. It probably has to do with whether or not... It probably has to do with how many Sims you can load into the lot, because there is a limit on that. Mr. Pancakes, buy my waffles. But it doesn't always load in just those, Here, why don't you buy some berry waffles, ma'am? Yeah, see? We're already on to the second part, because it's so easy. Aw, so cute. I don't like that they go in your house. I even disallowed people entering my house, and they still go in your house. Don't be scared. Stop that. Oh, maybe the paranoid trait is bad. I will say, don't give your sim the squeamish trait. The squeamish trait does not go well with this, unless you're looking for a challenge, obviously. But my sim has the squeamish trait, and that is why fishing is taking so long, because squeamish sims do not like fishing. Okay, stop flirting and buy my food. Come on. Please? Come on, I have so much food. Yeah! More goths. I love them, especially after, like, the update. Like, the refresh really made them look good. But yeah, see? There is always a ghost. Every single time. But yeah, it'll usually summon people who are already ghosts in your save. So he is from the university pack. Not really sure what's up with him. I just know that he is from that pack. I've never played university. Definitely going to do that at some point, so stick around if you want to see that. But yeah, as you can see, this pack is pretty decent. It's not that hard to gain money via this at all. It's pretty easy to sell stuff. People just show up. And most of them are buying stuff. And I'm pretty sure you can sell almost anything that gets put out here. Oh, we got the Calientes again. That's handy. So another fun thing with this is if anything happens on the neighborhood stories, you'll get to see people in random life circumstances. So for me, Katrina Caliente died in one of my saves, and she just appeared as a ghost. She was very wet and drippy. Yeah, see, I am just zooming through. Don't look at that. I don't have a full house. I needed a fancy kitchen. Look at this kitchen. Flawless. And there, like, so many of this stuff has lights. You don't really need that many lights. But if you would like to download this kitchen will be up on the gallery. It shouldn't be too hard to find. I would say follow my Sims thing, but well, that doesn't really have a whole lot of effect anymore, so. Oh my god, how many goths am I going to get? I will say they are all very distracted with each other. Hey, come join. But yeah, so it's pretty easy to sell stuff. Overall, I think this pack is a 9 out of 10. As far as stuff packs go, it is better than the earlier packs. The early stuff packs did not have a whole lot to do. And they didn't really have a whole lot going on with them. Compared to the paranormal stuff pack, on the other hand, the paranormal stuff pack has much more to do. Oh, he's gonna pee himself in front of all these people. Is she flirting with Psydead? Oh my god. But yeah, as far as this pack goes, it is not bad. Compared to a lot of packs, it's more than a kit. A kit wouldn't come with, you know, cast, build, and gameplay. Obviously, we only have the one gameplay pack. And the gameplay for this is much more significant than the gameplay for Bust the Dust. And it helps out a lot when you're doing a typical a legacy challenge. Or something like that. You get to meet a ton of Sims, because you will get to know all of these Sims. They will show up every single sale that you have. And they will buy stuff, and you'll be able to talk to them and socialize with them. I ended up befriending a ton of Sims this way, which made throwing the social event that much easier because I already knew a bunch of people that I could invite. And it's a good way to make money. It's an at-home way to make money, kind of like painting or fishing. And it fits in really well, and look at this kitchen. The build buy is gorgeous. There are like 2 issues that are technical issues. But otherwise, look at this. Even Eliza Pancakes loves this pack. Beautiful kitchen. absolutely excellent. Ignore the fact that my sim is grumpy. But yeah, so thank you for joining me for this video. If you like this video, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. And I will see you in the next video